Welcome back to week 9 of our exercise series on core stability training here at the Carlisle Med Gym. This week we're going to be working on a little bit more challenging core progressions. So we're going to take some of the concepts we've talked about and show you how to progress them to a little bit more of a challenge once you master some of the more baseline progressions. So today, if you remember, we've talked about anterior core stability, so core stability for the anterior core, preventing excessive extension at the back. We've talked about posterior core stability, again the posterior aspect of the core, preventing excessive flexion at the spine. We've talked about lateral core stability, preventing side bending. We've talked about rotary stability, preventing twisting forces on the spine. So today we're going to progress a little bit into our anterior core progressions. We've talked about the curl up, the dead bug, the plank, all good training of the anterior core. Today we're going to progress to a little bit more challenging progression called a TRX Fallout. And so what we're going to work on now is creating a little more overhead shoulder mobility while we still maintain the core stability. So you got to be able to maintain the core position as we start branching out a little bit here. So as I set up for this, if you have a TRX strap, if not, we'll show you a few other progressions or options for doing this. But to set up for this, you're going to set up with TRX strap or another suspension trainer like this into a push-up position, palms down, up on your toes. And again, from here, you're locking in the core position. So I'm not here, my hips aren't hanging back, so you're in a straight line. And you're just gonna maintain that as you reach overhead. So fall out, maintain that. Again, I'm getting good shoulder mobility, creating movement where I should have movement at the shoulders while creating stability where I should have stability at the core. So if you don't have a TRX, or if that's a challenging progression for you, you can go down to the ground. So another option is a Physio Ball rollout. And you can also change the progression of this by going with a bigger ball, a smaller ball, or something else we'll show you in a minute, a barbell rollout. So from here, same idea, you're going from a kneeling position. Again, you gotta have hips forward, core engaged so that your shoulders are on top of your hips or on top of your knees. You're going to reach out with straight arms, roll down to the ball, push into the ball to get out of it. So we're getting a similar shoulder mobility challenge as while we maintain the stability at the core. So again, here, up. So I'm not letting my back collapse at the bottom, I'm not letting the hips go back. And the last challenge, if you're really good at this, we're going to come over here and do a barbell, or if you have an ab wheel, if you see an ab wheel roll out, just a little bit more challenging progression. So you're going to take this, set up here, all the way down close to the floor and back up. So now I'm getting some really good challenging force on the spine that I have to control as I go overhead with my arms and pull back out of it. So this gives you some ideas for progressions if you're getting pretty good at some of the baseline core stability exercises. But now we again work on more accessing our shoulder mobility while you have to maintain and lock in that core position. So that gives you some good progression options for anterior core stability.